Hi all, this is Shamla Devi. Welcome to this session Unit 3 Cloud Architecture, Services and Storage. In this unit, where we will explore a foundational understandings of how the cloud computing is structured and the different services models and its storage strategies. Overview. The topic includes layer cloud architecture design, NIST cloud computing reference architecture, public, private, and hybrid clouds, cloud service models like IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, architectural design challenges, cloud storage, storage as a service, advantages of cloud storage provider, Amazon S3. Layered cloud architecture design. It consists of five layers, namely user layer, application layer, platform layer, infrastructure layer, hardware layer. In the user layer, interfaces where users interacts with cloud services, example browsers or mobile apps. In the application layer, hosts applications that run on the cloud. In the platform layer, provides the tools and the environment needed to build applications. In infrastructure layer, comprise the virtual machines, networks and storage resources. In the hardware layer, the physical servers and the network infrastructure is being built up. Next, we are going to see about the layer architecture of the cloud system. This diagram illustrates the five-layer architecture of the cloud computing environment. Each layer plays a distinct role in delivering the services to the end user. First layer is application layer. SaaS is known as a software as a service. In this layer is the topmost layer where the end user interacts with the cloud-based software. Example, it includes Google Apps, Facebook, YouTube, and Salesforce.com. Users don't manage or control the underlying infrastructure, only the application itself involved. And coming to the next layer is the platform layer, PaaS, Platform as a Service. This provides a development framework and storage for the application development. It abstracts the infrastructure, complexities, and allows the developer to deploy the apps easily. Example, Microsoft Azure and App Engine. Next one is the infrastructure layer. IaaS is known as a infrastructure as a service. It offers the virtualization computing resources such as VMware and storage. Client have control over the operating system and deploy the application. Example Amazon EC2, GoGrid and FlexiScale. Hardware layer. The base of the cloud model consisting of CPU, memory, disk and bandwidth. These resources are hosted in the data centers and managed by the cloud provider. Real-world services to each layer for better understanding is for SAS is Gmail and for IaaS is AWS EC2. PaaS is acts like a bridge for abstracting the infrastructure while offering the tool for app development. Next is NIST Cloud Computing Reference Architecture. NIST is a National Institute of Standards and Technology. In NIST, the cloud definition is pay-per-use model for enabling the available, convenient and on-demand network access to share the pool of the configurable computing resources, example, networks, servers, storage, applications and services that can be rapid, professional and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. Next, we're going to see about NIST Cloud Computing Reference Architecture. This diagram is based on NIST model that defines the standardized approach to cloud computing rules and components. The architecture is designed to promote interoperability, security, and role clarity among the stakeholders in a cloud ecosystem. Cloud consumer. You can see in the left box, it uses the cloud services like SAS, PaaS, IaaS offers by the provider. They do not manage or control by the underlying infrastructure. Example, a company using a Gmail is known as a SAS or deploying the apps on the AWS is known as a IaaS. AWS is nothing but Amazon Web Service. Next comes the Cloud Auditor. Cloud Auditor, you can see the bottom left box. It ensures the cloud services meet compliances, security and performance and standard. This contains security audit, privacy audit, and performance analysis. Next comes the cloud provider. We can see the center block with the layer. This responsible for delivering the cloud services is divided into three main areas: service orientation, resource abstraction layer, and physical resource layer. Service orientation, where SAS, PAS, IS layers provide the software, platform, and infrastructure services. Resource abstraction layer manage and abstract the compute or storage resources. In physical resource layer, hardware and facilitate supporting virtual environment is being done. And cloud service management. It handles the business support like billing and subscription. Business related work is being done. Professional and configuration. It automates the setup of resources. Portability and interoperability. It ensures compatibility across the platform. Security and privacy. Under the security and privacy, cross-cutting functions to protect the data and ensures the regulatory compliances. Next comes the cloud broker. We can see in the right box. It acts as the intermediate between the cloud provider and consumer. It provides service intermediation. It used to enhance the existing services like monitoring. Service accreditation and service arbitration is being done. Service accreditation is combining the services from multiple providers. Service arbitration is used to select the optimal service based on the cost or performance. Last one is a cloud carrier. We can see in the bottom green bar, it provides the networking and transport layer between the user and provider, similar to an internet service provider. Is known as a ISP that ensures the connectivity and bandwidth. Next, we're going to see about the what are the actors involved in the cloud computing architecture. First one is cloud consumer, a person or organization that maintains a business relationship with and uses a service from cloud provider. Cloud provider, a person, organization or entity responsible for making the service available to interest parties. Cloud auditor, a party that conducts the independent assessment of cloud service, including information such as operation performance and security of the cloud implementation. Cloud broker, an entity that manages the use, performance and delivery of cloud services and negotiate the relationship between the cloud provider and cloud consumer. Last one is a cloud carrier, an intermediate that provides the connectivity and transport of the cloud services from cloud provider to cloud consumer. Next, we're going to see about public, private, and hybrid cloud. In public cloud, the services are offered over the internet, example AWS and Azure. And in private cloud, internal usage within one organization, higher control and security is being carried out. In hybrid cloud, it is a mix of public and private. It's used to enabling the workload flexibility and it helps the organization to optimize the cost, performance, and data security. We're going to see about layered cloud architecture development. Under this, you can see the public cloud is present in the left cloud. Its services are provided over the public internet. Example provider like AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. Its role is to startups and scalable the consumer applications. And the hybrid cloud in the present in the center cloud, it combines the public and private model. It allows the sensitive data to remain the private while offloading other services to the public cloud. It is useful in the organization balancing the compliances and scalability. Under the private cloud, it is present in the right cloud where the security and control work is being done. It operates over the company's internal network, suitable for government, banking, and healthcare sectors. Provisioning layer. The green band is known as a provisioning layer. Under this, it acts as a control layer to allocate the both physical and virtualized resources dynamically. It ensures the computing power, storage, and platforms are provided as needed by the applications and user. And in the application layer is known as SAS, topmost layer, where the end user accesses the cloud-based software. Example service like Gmail, Salesforce, Microsoft 365 is being carried out. Users don't manage the hardware or software, everything is delivered as a service. Platform layer (PaaS) is provides the tools and environment needed to develop and deploy the application. It offers the API, runtime environment, and framework. Example platform like Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure App Services. Next comes the infrastructure layer, IaaS, HAS, DAS. Foundational layer offering the computing resources like VMS, storage, and network. IaaS, full control over the visualized infrastructure. HAS, hardware developed as a service. DAS, cloud hosted, desktop accessible from anywhere. Next, we're going to see about the cloud service models. Cloud service models are SAS, PaaS, IaaS. This diagram visually compares how responsibility is divided between user and vendors across the four models: traditional IT, infrastructure, IaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, software as a service, SAS. In traditional IT, it is in the first column. In this model, the organization manages everything from networking and storage all the way up to the application layer. This includes servers, operating system, database, and runtime and apps. It requires in-house IT teams on previous servers and significant investment in the maintenance and upgrades. Next comes the IaaS. IaaS is nothing but an infrastructure as a service. The vendor manages the infrastructure components such as networking, storage, servers, visualization. The user manages everything above. The operating system database application. This model provides a flexibility and control for the system administrator. Example, Amazon EC2, Microsoft Azure. Next comes the platform as a service (PaaS). The vendor manages everything up to the runtime layer. Developer only need to focus on the application itself. No need to worry about patching the OS, managing the servers, or installing the runtime environment. Example Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure App Service. Last one is the software as a service (SAS). Everything is managed by the vendor from hardware to the application. End user simply use the software through a web interface or app. This model offers the highest convenience and least control. Example Gmail, Dropbox, Salesforce, Office 365. Next we see the each services one by one. First one is the infrastructure as a services, known as the IaaS. It provides virtualized computing resources. IaaS provider are first one is the Amazon Elasticity Compute Cloud EC2. Second is the Rackspace Hosting. Third is the Joint Cloud. Fourth is the Concrete. Services the platform as a service is known as a PaaS. It provides a platform for the app development, test, and deploy application. Developers don't manage the underlying infrastructure. PaaS providers are Google App Engine, Microsoft Azure, Salesforce, TIBCO, VMware, Zoho. Next is the software as a service, SaaS. It delivers a software application via the internet. No need for installation or maintenance. User access it directly. SAS providers are Google's Gmail, Docs, Talk. Next one is a Microsoft Hotmail, SharePoint, Yahoo, Facebook. Next comes the architectural design challenges. Scalability, security and privacy, interoperability, performance monitoring. First one is the scalability. Its challenges are adapting to change the workload. Second is the security and privacy. It protecting the data into the multi-tenant environment. Third one is the interoperability, ensuring the system can work together. Performance monitoring, tracking the resources usage and application health. Proper planning and tools are needed to manage this effectively. Next is the cloud storage. Cloud storage is a centralized and virtualized data storage. Its types are block storage, file storage, object storage. First one is the block storage for databases and raw storage volumes. Second is the file storage for shared file system. Third is object storage for scalable data access, example image and videos. It supports the disaster recovery, high availability and accessibility. Storage as a service is known as a STAS. First one is a pay as you go model. Second is a elasticity scalability. Third is a data redundancy and backup. STAS allows a user to rent storage on pay as you go base. It is useful for SMBs who can't invest in physical infrastructure. It provides handles a backup, replications and disaster recovery. It is cost efficient and scalable based on demand. In STAS, customers move to the cloud storage when they lack in budget for having their own storage. Next is for storage service provider takes a responsibility of taking the current backup, replication and disaster recovery when they needs. And then it used for small and medium-sized business can make over the use of cloud storage. Finally, storage is rented from the provider using a cost per gigabyte stored or cost per data transferred. Next we see the what are the advantages of cloud storage. First one is the cost efficiency, second is the scalability, third is the accessibility and fourth is the disaster recovery. First is the cost efficiency. It pay only for what you use. Scalability. Instantly increase or reduce the storage. Third is the accessibility. Access from anywhere via the internet. Last one is the disaster recovery. Quick recovery from the failures due to replications and backup. Going to see about cloud storage provider. First one is Amazon S3, second is Google Cloud Storage, third is Microsoft Azure, fourth is Dropbox and iCloud. We can discuss it one by one. First one is Amazon S3. It used for scalable object storage to host website, store the backup data and support big data analytics and cloud native apps. In Amazon S3 is provided is known as a Amazon Web Service is called as a AWS. In second one is a Google Cloud Storage. Google Cloud Storage is used to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time for analytical, machine learning and application development. In Google Storage, the provided by Google Cloud Platform is known as a GCP. Third one is a Microsoft Azure. It is used for storing a large amount of unstructured data like images, videos, and documents for cloud application. In Microsoft Azure is provided by Microsoft Azure company. While coming to the Dropbox, it's used for easy file storage, sharing, and collaboration especially among the individual and small teams. In Dropbox is provided by Dropbox Inc. And finally, iCloud. iCloud is used mainly by Apple user to back up the photos, files, and app data across in the iOS and Mac iOS devices. iCloud is provided by Apple Inc. Inc. is nothing but incorporated. Amazon S3. Amazon S3 is Amazon Simple Storage Services where it consists of object storage services. The store data as object in buckets. The features are versioning, lifecycle rules, access control. Under versioning, where the versioning is typically employed when we want to keep multiple variants of an object in the same bucket. It also necessary for replication process. While in the life cycle, it consists of a lifecycle rule in which Amazon S3 lifecycle rule or a set of the rules within an S3 bucket's lifecycle configuration that defines action to be taken and objective over their lifetime. These rules automated the management of data, helping to optimize the storage cost and ensures the data redundancy or deletion policy are met. Example, automated achieving. And third one is access control. Permission and the roles were suitable for backups, web hosting, big data, and more. Comes the detailed process of the Amazon S3. Objects are organized by the bucket. Each bucket is owned by an Amazon AWS account, and the bucket are identified by an unique user assigned key. Where this diagram is represent how the objects are stored in the Amazon S3. Here what is used, each object in Amazon S3 consists of metadata, data and multiple objects. Metadata 2K, small data describing the object, example, name, type, creation date, permission. Under the data, it consists of up to 5 GB. The actual content stored in the format of either be file, image, video, etc. Multiple objects can be stored within the bucket in S3. Bucket act as a container for storing and organizing the object. Each object can be individually accessed via a unique URL within a bucket. Where we reached the end of the session, we understood the layer of the cloud architecture and its benefits. We explored the three primary services model like IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. We reviewed the cloud storage option and the major providers. Cloud technology are the vital in the today's digital infrastructure and continue to grow in importance. Thank you.